After a 3-week break without Formula One action, the anticipation is finally over as the second half of the season starts with a journey to the Netherlands. As the paddock comes together again, there's no shortage of discussion points. Here are some of the key topics to watch for ahead of this weekend's race at Zandvoort. In today's video, we're going to delve into the various upgrades and the potential that teams are bringing back after the summer break. Without any more delay, let's jump right into it. The competition within the pursuing group remains a focal point. This cluster of teams expanded from 3 to 4 right before the mid-season hiatus, with McLaren making significant strides in their car's performance. They joined the ranks of Mercedes, Aston Martin, and Ferrari in vying for podium positions in each race. However, the momentum McLaren had been building was curtailed at Spa-Francorchamps as they encountered challenges in race conditions compared to their 3 rivals. In this scenario, Ferrari showcased their strength within this quartet, with Charles Leclerc successfully fending off Lewis Hamilton to secure a third-place finish. Despite the current stability at Mercedes, it's important not to assume that everything is completely settled within the team. There is a significant unresolved issue that hangs over them, even if it hasn't caused major concerns yet. Now let's take a closer look at the potential changes and upgrades that each of the teams might bring as they return to the track after the summer break. Starting with Aston Martin. Aston Martin is currently running a twofold strategy. While some teams might already be diverting their attention to next year's developments, Aston Martin remains committed to improving their current car. The team's performance has experienced fluctuations in recent races, especially when compared to their strong start to the season. Despite securing 6 podiums through the efforts of Fernando Alonso, they have faced stiff competition from other top teams like Mercedes, Ferrari, and McLaren, who have managed to close the gap and even surpass Aston Martin's performance at various tracks. While their initial competitiveness has waned in recent races, Aston Martin's ambassador, Pedro de la Rosa, has emphasized the team's commitment to identifying and addressing the areas that have hindered their performance. De la Rosa highlighted the team's accomplishments, such as securing 6 podium finishes, as indicators of their strong performance. He expressed confidence that the remaining 10 races of the season hold immense potential for Aston Martin to regain their competitive edge and make further strides in the constructors' standings. Ferrari's team principal, Frédéric Vasseur, has confirmed that the team will continue to work on developing their current car, the SF23, throughout the remainder of the 2023 Formula One season. However, he has clarified that major upgrades will not be introduced at the upcoming races in the Netherlands or Italy. Despite a challenging season so far, with Ferrari currently holding the 4th position in the Constructors' Championship with 191 points, the team is determined to make improvements to their performance. Vasseur emphasized that their focus remains on enhancing both this year's SF23 and next year's car. While some other teams, like Mercedes, have shifted their development efforts towards their 2024 cars, Ferrari is committed to a balanced approach, ensuring continued progress on their current car while also laying the groundwork for the future. Speaking to a group of media representatives ahead of their journey to Zandvoort, Vasseur said, "If you look at the numbers, it's quite difficult to imagine that we could be champion on the team and driver championship. But we need to keep the same mindset, to try to get the best on everything that we can and not to be focused on the championship. We have to improve the package, but we also have to improve what we are doing on track and to try to get the best from the package that we have. It's clear we have to be focused." Paul Monaghan, the chief engineer at Red Bull, has affirmed the team's readiness to respond with updates for the RB19 if the need arises during the second half of the season. Despite Red Bull's dominant performance in the initial part of the season, their competitors have been intensively working on closing the gap. While Mercedes now holds second place in the constructors' standings, both Ferrari and McLaren are actively introducing continuous developments. Even as Red Bull starts to shift their focus towards the development of next year's car, they recently unveiled an update package for the RB19 in Hungary. Monaghan did not dismiss the possibility of Red Bull introducing additional updates, as he mentioned while addressing the media. He said, "I think we'll have to see how the coming races pan out and see what our opposition do, but there will be other changes to RB19 through the season. I think we've had to be prepared to react, but I'm not going to say now that we will or won't. The end goal is the 2 championships, and our most efficient way to navigate is what we will see, and everybody else wants to do well on that pathway. So it's not solely in our control. Gunther Steiner, the team principal of Haas, has confirmed that their cars for the upcoming Dutch Grand Prix will feature upgrades, with a focus on developments planned for the 2024 season. Haas has faced challenges this year with their VF23 car, often displaying strong qualifying performances but struggling during races due to tyre degradation issues. With a series of races without a top 10 finish, Haas is currently 8th in the Constructors' Championship, tied with Williams but trailing on countback. The team intends to implement upgrades to the brake ducts and front wing at Zandvoort, with more enhancements anticipated later in the year, while their long-term focus remains on the developments for the 2024 season. The team is working flat out to make some modifications to the car, which will be coming later on in the year, and I can't give an exact timeline because of the shutdown, said Steiner, referring to the recent 2-week break. Sitting at the 9th spot in the current team standings, Alfa Romeo is gearing up for crucial upgrades set to take place during the races in Italy and Japan, as indicated by Alessandro Aluni Bravi. Alfa Romeo is optimistic about the substantial upgrades planned for next month at Monza and Suzuka, expecting to achieve track performance gains of approximately 2 or 3 tenths. The team's lackluster results this season have placed them in 9th position in the constructors' standings, with points earned in just 4 out of the 12 races so far. This represents a decline from their 6th place finish last season. According to team representative Alessandro Aluni Bravi, these results mirror the uninspiring performance exhibited in the latter part of the team's 2022 campaign. Aluni Bravi emphasised, "There is something in the pipeline after the break," referring to the upcoming upgrades. He noted, "But it depends so much on the other teams. If they make steps, then it's going to be the same. But if not, many teams can bring anything significant. Then we can hopefully be a bit more regularly in the top 10, so it's not only down to us." As Formula One returns from its summer break, there's no room for anyone to remain inactive at Zandvoort, one of the most vibrant race venues on the calendar. Since its comeback in 2021, the Dutch Grand Prix has become synonymous with a celebratory ambience, with hordes of enthusiastic Max Verstappen supporters infusing. What's your take on the upcoming race? Do you think there's a chance for a different driver to emerge victorious at Zandvoort, or will Max Verstappen continue his winning streak? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned for more updates, analysis and coverage as we continue to follow the twists and turns of the Formula One Championship. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action.